Hey guys, Nick, aka the one and only Crisis YT, and this is a dual commentary with Dumb Swag, and I'm so happy I got his name right because normally I mess it up. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Alright, hey guys, what's going on? I'm a YouTube commentator like Crisis YT, but I don't really bring diverse content to my channel. Usually just stick to Modern Warfare 3. And if you come over to my channel, you can usually expect pretty good videos. So yeah.
Yeah, you've been growing quite fast. It's quite impressive to me. So yeah. What we were going to talk about, like, the Call of Duty community and how, like, it's basically dying, you know, like, going downhill. Would you agree with me on that? How it's kind of,
definitely.
yeah. My whole point of view on this is that when 402 or Robert Bowling left Infinity Ward, it kind of changed the platform. Now we don't have anyone that we can vent to, and even if, say, they replace the position with someone like, I know that El Presador has been said by multiple people that he could possibly get the job. Even if he gets replaced, right, as the manager or whatever, the community manager, it still won't be as good as 402 was. And the reason for that is because 402 had been in the company for like 7, 8, 9 years. You know what I mean? Since the beginning. And if someone new comes on and tries to get that, you know, position and tries to actually come down on the developers and the people who can actually change the game, chances are it's not going to happen. You know, I mean, there's going to be like, you know, why do we have to listen to you? You know, you've been here, what, 3 months? So.
Right. What I think, Robert Bowling was actually a pretty good guy. I mean, he was kind of with our side on how he was saying the Modern Warfare 2 maps and the COD 4 maps should be for free and not for money, and Activision just completely set him aside. And he said, no, we're not going to do that. So I think he was one of the good guys.
Yeah. And see, that's something that I really wish they would do, right? Bring back, you know, high-rise terminals, things like that. I really wish they would do that, but they're just not going to. And that kind of sucks, you know, and at least for free.
Yeah, exactly. Activision these days, they're all about money. I mean, like, they're not going to care about the players that are actually playing it after they've received everyone's money from purchasing the game.
Yeah. I'm not buying any MW3 DLC unless they bring back, like, maps, right? If they do a throwback map pack, I'm not going to buy it.
I haven't bought a single Modern Warfare 3 DLC yet, so.
I haven't either. And then Call of Duty Elite was just a waste of money. And that's another thing. Robert Bowling was against Call of Duty Elite. You know, he was like, this is not good. He said that he preached against it after he left. He was like, I didn't think this would be a good idea, but Activision saw that they could make more money, so they went after it, you know, and...
Exactly, and it turned out to be like a huge scam.
Yeah.
Like in the first couple months, they weren't bringing out any map packs on how they were saying on how they're gonna bring out map pack every single month, which like the first like 4 months they didn't. So.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 months. Sorry.
Yeah. And then like so now they're behind, right? And they promised 12 months of DLC for this game. So how are they gonna do that? Are they gonna keep after, you know, Black Ops 2 comes out? Are we gonna see like 3 more map packs or whatever? I don't know. It's crazy. It's a broken system, and it really... Go ahead.
Sorry. No, sorry. You go.
Well, I don't think they should have brought it into the game. It's really kind of split the community, and I've said this before, in half, where, like, one side, you know, is Call of Duty Elite, and they have the map packs, whereas the other side's, like, either anti-Call of Duty Elite, or they don't have the map packs, and they can't play together, right? Because they're searching for different maps, so...
Right. Well, I really hope they don't bring back Call of Duty Elite from Black Ops 2, because I hope they learn from the community that, like, got a lot of negative feedback, and, you know, if they're just going to bring it back, then everyone's just going to realize that Activision is a company that's going to scam them again and only cares about their money, so I think they're going to move on to a next, like, game developer.
Yeah, and that's something, too. I think that we're going to see, with all these new games that are coming out, and Kickstarter, I don't know if you know about them, but they're doing, they're a company that basically, they fund a lot of things, but they're now funding video games, right? They'll basically say, we'll give you X amount of dollars and you can make this video game, and it's all on you to publish it and everything like that, but we'll fund it, and then they get a percentage back off the profit. But, you know, it's bringing a lot of new people into the gaming community, and, like, Robert Bowling's making a new game, too, which we won't see for, you know, probably 2 years or so. But he said
did you hear about Respawn Entertainment?
Yeah, Respawn Entertainment.
Yeah, so that should be good, hopefully.
And then we've got Halo 4 coming out as well, so.
I have a PS3, so.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, like the game developers, they need to realize, like, they need to take Call of Duty and just take out like its flaws and just improve on it. Like, The only thing that I see wrong with Battlefield is that the maps are way too big. I mean, like, you spend more time running than you actually seeing guys. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's
Like,
something. Go ahead.
say that?
Go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
I
You
was
go.
just gonna say that back in the day, right? Like in COD 2, that was a big complaint because you couldn't sprint because you couldn't sprint at all, and the maps were kind of bigger. So in like a 6-man free for all or something, it'd be kind of hard to find people. But that.
Well, like, for come here to back touch on Battlefield 3. Like, the game developers that are going to develop, like, the next Call of Duty, well, not the next Call of Duty, like, the next developer that's going to compete against the Call of Duty, they need to realize that, like, people want, like, really active games, like, not as active as, like, you know, like, Doom on Modern Warfare 3, but, like, active as in, like, 60 frames a second, like, games, like, so you're not running as much, and there aren't, like, all these things that, I'm sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought here.
Basically, more action-packed is what it sounds like you're saying. Like, more people, like, movement and stuff like that. And also, I think vehicles that were in,
Vehicles, yeah. That's pretty good. Say again?
Sorry, my mom came in here and I was like, leave. Okay, anyway, but vehicles really kind of killed the, Battlefield 2, I think. I think that, you know, the overpoweredness of tanks and things like that, people really don't like that and don't enjoy that. They would rather be gun on gun. But yeah, Call of Duty is going downhill, and I really don't think that we're going to see... I mean, I've said that it probably has 2 years left, right? 2-3 years, maybe the next Modern Warfare, it'll die out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Black Ops 2, though, I think will be pretty good. I think that it'll actually be a decent game. And, the reason for that is because Treyarch has listened to the community, right? And I mean, Black Ops, the first one, was kind of boring at times, but it was more of a representation of skill, whereas
it rewarded the good players and not based on Infinity Award and the death streaks and everything, where it rewarded the bad players. Yeah.
It was really annoying, like on Modern Warfare 3, you know, like death streaks and things like that. That is something that we've said over and over again we don't want, but yet they still put it in the game. And I think that a lot of it was they didn't have as much time as they really wanted to, because with everyone leaving Infinity Ward, like, for example, you know, the guys who are now head of Respawn Entertainment, when they left Infinity Ward in Modern Warfare 2, right after Modern Warfare 2 came out, it changed really everything at that company. I mean, they probably didn't get everything really reestablished till Black Ops came out, and so they had basically a year to get this whole entire game finished. So it's really kind of crazy that we're playing a game right now, Modern Warfare 3, that was probably developed in the last, you know, now I'd say 1.5 years, but they didn't have as much time as, say, Treyarch had to make Black Ops 2, which is basically 2 years. So.
Coming back to touch on the death streaks in Modern Warfare 3, like, overall, being honest with you, I think Modern Warfare 3 is a pretty fun game, but the only thing that kind of makes me rage is death streaks. Like, I mean, like, if they remove that, then there would be so much less complaints, and, you know, it'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoy Modern Warfare 3. Like, that's something a lot of people are like, what? You actually like Modern Warfare 3? Yeah, I like Modern Warfare 3. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But the thing is, it's just like, there's a lot more that could be there, and if they took out just a couple things, it could be one of the best Call of Duties ever. And that's how Infinity Ward has always been. Like, you know, people back in the day used to say if they took out in COD 4 Juggernaut and the M16 and the MP5, then it would be the best game ever made. In Modern Warfare 2, Noob Tubes, the one-man army, and Death Streaks, you know, and like, boom, there you go. Commando, too, maybe. Some people hate Commando. It doesn't bother me. But, and then, you know, like Modern Warfare 3, Death Streaks, and that's about it in Modern Warfare 3, really. Death Streaks and camping.
I mean, like, it's the little things that make up the big things. You take out the little things that annoy people in the game, and you make it an amazing game. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's always going to be, you know, something. But I think that if they took out Death Streaks in Modern Warfare 3 and made the specialist pack, the support package only have non-lethal kill streaks, then it would be a lot better game. It really would be. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially the stealth bomber, that thing is so overpowered. I mean,
Yeah.
only for a 14 streak on support, and like, so everyone can get it, and when you're just getting spammed by those, you know,
Yeah.
you know there's something wrong with the game.
Thunder,
That's
Uncle
right.
Thunder, Thunder Toro. He calls that the no skill multi kill. You know, what I mean,
Yeah, I was watching.
so like it's funny because it really and truly is. I mean, that's an accurate representation. It takes no skill to get a multi kill with that stealth bomber. So yeah, it kind of sucks. You know, like I hate how just a couple things, you know, a couple small things ruin a whole entire game, and you know, but I guess that's life. You know. And if we had good post-op support for these games, you know, post-launch support for them, it would be a lot different too. Because you know they would have probably toned down Dead Man's Hand if they actually listened to us.
Yeah.
They would have, you know, changed up Final Stand and made it to where you got the kill, right? You know, Black Ops when you put the guy in
Oh
Final
my god,
Stand,
that
you got
is
the
so
kill.
annoying.
You know,
Yeah, no, I always get assists from those. It's not even funny.
Yeah. It
No,
sucks.
I mean, like when I'm like playing in a lobby with like a couple of my buddies, and we see a stealth bomber or we hear one, we all just yell out no skill multi kill. And like with the Dead Man's Hand, we'll be like, hey guys, someone has a Predator stand because it has such a big blast radius. It's so annoying.
It's like Dead Man's Hand. That's what people compare it to because it's actually got a bigger blast radius. I think Team Martin compared it. It's got a bigger blast radius than the Predator missile does.
Yeah, which is
So,
freaking ridiculous.
I mean, in normal C4 doesn't blow up that big, right? Like I think that it should
There's no way.
it should be as big of a blast radius as normal C4, and that would make it so much better. But but Mafia 3 overall is a fun game, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like, if they tone down the grenades a bit, in my judgment, because the grenades in Modern Warfare, they're pretty overpowered. I mean, if, it's kind of like COD 4, as in, like, if the indicator with the grenade gets into their thing, you're automatically dead. It's kind of like that for Modern Warfare 3, so if they tone down the damage for that a little bit, I think you'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
And if Blast Shield actually did something, then...
Yeah. That's another thing, too, right? Like, I remember whenever I was coming from Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3, and when I jumped on Modern Warfare 3, I was like, okay, yeah, Blast Shield's gonna be like
Black Jacket.
Black Jacket, right? And I'm like, yeah, and so I jumped on there and I use it, and I'm like, this is terrible. I'm dying by one nade basically kills you, whereas
Exactly.
like 3 or 4 would have to hit you on Black Ops.
I mean, like, with Black Ops 2, with Black Ops, Flak Jacket actually worked.
Yeah, it did.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different things that they could do, and I think they could really fix it if they really wanted to, but it comes down to the fact where they've made their money, they're still selling,
Exactly.
you know,
Mhm.
they've made the money off the game, and they're selling map packs, and they've made, I mean, a lot of people bought the game twice, you know, because they bought Call of Duty Elite and they bought Modern Warfare 3.
Exactly, so that's a good $100.
And so, boom, they made their money. They don't even care at this point, right? So, whatever. And they've moved on with their lives. And it's just like, wow. We had to pay them after we had played the game, you know, or something, which, of course,
Or there
would
was
never
like a
work.
monthly fee, like
Yeah.
for Call of Duty. Yeah.
Yeah. If
But
there was like
then things would be like completely different.
yeah, like, I mean, I wouldn't have, if there was a monthly fee, for one, I'm completely against monthly fees for online games. But, like, if I had to pay the monthly fee, let's just say this, if you had to pay a monthly fee every month, and you didn't have to buy the $60 game, like, say you had to pay, like, $10 or $20 a month to play Modern Warfare 3 online, or just play Modern Warfare 3, the game would be completely different, because people would be like, wow, this game's terrible, I'm not going to renew this fee.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how that could work, and I would be okay with that, right? And that would end up making them more money if, say, like, $10 a month, that would be $120 a year if you renewed it one whole year. So that might actually work, you know?
Yeah, and plus the $60 before when you buy the disc.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. See, if there was an online fee for a game, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that'd be way too much. That'd be like $200, like $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they would have to, So they have to lower the price of the actual disc, or just make it actually for free, and just have it for the monthly thing, 10 or 20.
Or you get on, you download the game, and then when you start the game, it's like you can get the pass there, and if you say no, I don't want the pass, then well, whatever, you can't play.
Yeah, but they're never gonna do that because they know that, they know that if they make monthly fees, then everyone's gonna be demanding stuff, and they're just way too lazy, and they're never gonna do that. I hope they do, but
Yeah.
You know.
Basically, it'd be like trying to fix something that isn't broken. You know, I mean, that's basically what it is. So I think we're actually coming like on 15 minutes or something like that right now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end this. If you want to go ahead and
All right.
sign out.
All right. Guys, this is Hundum Swag, and I'll see you guys later. This dual comm is going to be going on both of our channels, and the links will be in the description for both of our channels on both of our channels. So, yeah. So, peace.
Yeah. Peace, guys. See you next time.